One of the big things here is, can this team start to piece together some good basketball this week? If they do that, it gets them into the district tournament.
Yeah, and they've had moments where they put good spots open in the past week where they played very, very good basketball together, but they're still trying to figure out the missing spot that's no longer there on the team. I think they are. I think they're still looking for somebody to be able to score, but we did see some good things out of Alexa this last over in Kennewick, and we did see some good things out of JC. Very good, and the steady Eddie of the whole group. We saw some good things out of Aspen. Now everybody else just has to get themselves involved with everything else. Lucy's got to come along, and she's got to produce tonight.
I would say Saturday at Kennewick, 3 good quarters, and Kennewick had the ability to shift into an extra gear, and not having Izzy Simmons' ball handling. That's the missing piece you're talking about.
Yes.
Is that at the end of games for 4 years now, you've had somebody who's 19-plus points per game, and you've had somebody who has, in those moments, had the ball in their hands. And so it's finding the pieces, not necessarily the ball in the hands part, but there were a couple of turnovers that were problematic against Kennewick. But it is truly the who is going to be the when you need a shot, create their own shot kind of scoring. And there are the players who can do that. And it's like I popped into practice yesterday, and you see the ability for freshman Sophie Rodriguez, 5'10" wing player, to get an attack. How much more comfortable can she get as the final games of this regular season go, doing that in games, not just do it in practice? Micah Cherry the same way. Micah Cherry is one of the most athletic players on any basketball court she stands on, and just has gotten more and more confident as this season progressed. In games, can she catch and get downhill a little bit more frequently? So Bulldogs are looking for that here against a Kennewick team that also looks completely different than they did a month ago, the last time they met, because they are without their leading scorer in Dylan Dress. A knee injury to the Eastern Washington University-bound senior, so they are also trying to fill and replace. And so that brings us to our starting lineup. They're brought to you by Rogers Toyota here on your hometown radio station. And for Kennewick, Hannah Fyander and June Fyander, the senior and the sophomore respectively, along with the 5'10" junior forward Riley Benewald, the 6' senior forward Ashlyn Dress, and the 5'6" senior point guard Carson Ripplinger. For Darren Santo, who is in his 8th season in charge of the Kennewick program, he is assisted by Kiosha Winchester, Brooke Brown, Jessica Cheney, Sydney Mercer, and Aislinn Fyander. Their trainer is Kayla Sullins. Superintendent in Kennewick is Dr. Tracy Pierce. The principal is Ron King. Athletic director is Anna Harris, and she is assisted by Melissa Thorson. Kennewick is 14-4 and 11-3 in the number 3 spot in the MCC. They are going to be the number 1 3A team going into the district tournament in a little more than a week. For J-Ego, no changes to what we saw on Saturday. The Moreno sisters, a 5'8" freshman JC and the 5'7" junior Alexa. On the wing, the 5'10" freshman Sophie Rodriguez and the 5'10" junior Lucy Teagarden, and the 5'8" junior forward Aspen Inners. Hermiston all white uniforms coming in for J-Ego in his 4th year, assisted by Amanda Rodriguez, Rico Rodriguez, Ray Montez, and Hannah Thompson. Principal here at Hermiston is Tom Spoo. The superintendent, Dr. Tricia Mooney. The athletic director is Larry Usher. He is assisted by Vicky Paola. And the trainers, Dan Emery, 24 years here at the Doghouse, and Debbie Green in her 2nd here in Hermiston. Kennewick, it's an all-black uniform, orange numerals and lettering trimmed in white, and they will be attacking right to left as Hermiston breaks their final huddle and will take the floor. Lucy Teagarden going to the jump circle against Ashlyn Dress.
And Ashlyn has her left thumb all taped up, Eric. That's something we did not see in the first meeting.
Tip, double touched by Dress, but picked up by Rodriguez, knocked out of her hands far sideline. Hermiston will keep it on the far side.
Oh, no.
Whoa.
Oh.
It was knocked out of Sophie Rodriguez's hands. Nobody came in and helped, and they were shielded off, so it's going to go down as a turnover. And Kennewick will essentially have the opening possession of this game. Hannah Finder, right side, long distance three, got it over the front iron from way downtown to open up the game. They hit 11 of those in meeting number 1 that Kennewick won on January 7th, 71-57. Rodriguez drives baseline, lobs it right corner. Teagarden back out on top. It's tipped. Moreno kind of slow to it, picked up by Fiander. June Fiander on the right baseline, slows up and circles back out. Gives to a trailing Benewald. Right corner, three-pointer for Fiander off. Dress, rebound, putback, glass and good. Ashlyn Dress crashes and finishes. Remember on Saturday, Hermiston had to come from behind right from the jump. And it was the former Bulldog Ellie Heidemann who hit him for 8 points early. Teagarden, right corner, three-pointer off the front iron. June Fiander's got the board, moving down the middle of the floor. Gets bumped by Moreno into the front court. Fiander, lob pass, tipped and stolen. One Moreno tipped it, the other Moreno stole it, and she's knocked down out of bounds off of Kennewick last. Hermiston ball down 5-0. A little more than a minute in here at Hermiston High. The Moreno sisters bringing it up. JC has it in the jump circle, left corner for Sophie Rodriguez. Moving to the elbow, hands off to JC, spin move, leaves it for Sophie. Couple of freshmen there. Left wing, hand off again to JC Moreno. Up top to Alexa, coming left, picked up her dribble, lobs it back to JC. JC picks up her dribble, bounce it, rolled inside, picked up by Inners. Inners hoists it up as the shot clock wound down. Kennewick's got it. Dress to Fiander, up to the right side. Benewald missed the runner, kind of an awkward layup. And Hermiston secures. Aspen Inners, front court, hit from behind and a foul on June Fiander. Pauses the clock for the first time in this game. 6:11 left. And a 5-0 Kennewick lead. Kennewick jumps teams early. They have huge first quarter margins. Inners, hands off to Alexa Moreno, gets it back. Inners at the right elbow, stops, shuffles it back out on the perimeter. Rodriguez drives and kicks away out of bounds. A couple of freshmen there, one of them zigged when the other one expected a zag. Another turnover, 2 minutes in, 5-0 Kennewick. Hannah Fiander into the front court, out on the left wing, gives up top to Ripplinger. Ripplinger gives it right back. Fiander driving, stopping, in the front of the foul line, knocks it down. June Fiander's first points. Extends the lead to 7-0. 5:37 left in the first quarter. Aspen Inners in the jump circle. Moves it across the timeline. Throws top of the key to JC Moreno. Bumped. Picks it up. Picks up her dribble. Bounce it back out to Alexa Moreno. Fiander throws it inside, poked pass, loose ball down to the floor. Inners dives on top of it. Inners bounces out. Teagarden, 12-footer hit. Good extra hustle there by Aspen Inners.
Good hustle. I just don't know how we got away with not a turnover being called.
Benewald short on the shot. Inners hands off to JC Moreno in the front court with a head of seam. Spin move, right side, forced a shot up off the front iron. Loose ball picked up by Hannah Fiander for Kennewick. 7-2, the Lions lead. Up to Ripplinger on the right wing. Pull up 15-footer hit by the seniors headed to Willamette University next year for her first points of the game. 9-2 advantage. Kennewick pressuring in the full court. Into traffic, knocked out by Ripplinger out of bounds as she defended Inners. And a change coming. Sophie Rodriguez out. And Micah Cherry in, the 5'9 junior forward. Into Inners in the middle of the floor. Inners gets it front court, throws it far side, poked out of bounds by Benewald into the stands. And a timeout for Jay Ego with 4:26 on the clock in the first. He'll take a 30-second timeout. 9-2 the score And a weird start to this thing.
Yeah, we seem to be out of sorts right now. We're not in sync with none of them are. It almost looks like we're getting some of our passes to open spaces where they've already called the play and the rotation's already gone through. Yeah, it looks like a middle of the week practice right now, Eric.
No band here tonight. It is Tech Week for the drama department. They are getting ready for Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. At halftime, we will take a listen to another piece of an interview from a little over a week ago with members of the Hermiston Drama Department, but it is a musical, and so the band is there. The student section hasn't loaded up anybody yet. Right side for Teagarden in the corner. She'll bring it back out on top. Circles at the foul line, pull up jumper, front iron, can't get the shooter's roll. Benewald has up to Finder, hand on the right wing, pull up another three-pointer. It's how she started the game. Airball, this one short. Saved in by June, loose ball in front of the Hermiston bench, kept up by Teagarden. Teagarden leads a 3-on-1, bounces it to Cherry, left side, missed it. Teagarden's got the put back and fouled. Teagarden goes diving, belly flopping into the sideline. She will be at the line for 2 foul shots on Carson Ripplinger's first. The second on Kennewick. The Lions have come out very physical here tonight.
They have, and they were physical up in Kennewick. That's just the thing that we know that other teams are going to do that, and I think they know that it is time to get ready for the district tournament because that's the way it's going to be. And maybe the officials got that message also, that we talked about that, earlier.
Teagarden strips the ball away after missing the foul shot, but it's turned right back over. Ripplinger, softball pass up court. Bedewald finishes all by herself. 11-3 the score line. And now all 5 starters for Kennewick are in the scorer's book. Cherry, middle of the floor. Pass across the lane is taken and enters, then fouls Fiander. Hermiston's first foul of the game.
First foul, number 33 for Hermiston.
3:35 left in quarter number 1. 11-3 is the score line. Kennewick with the lead and the ball. Ripplinger goes to the point guard position. Left side for June Fiander. At the elbow, back behind to her sister. Hannah drives, kicks underneath. Benewald on the block, back up to Ripplinger. Quick touch pass inside to Fiander, turns too hard off of the glass. Knocked out of bounds by Dress. Almost came in and got an offensive rebound. That was one of the things that hurt Hermiston a lot in that first meeting on January 7th was the offensive rebounding by Kennewick in the second and third and fourth chances.
Yeah, Ripplinger and Ashlyn Dress both had banner days of rebounding for the Kennewick Lions.
At half court, a foul. Inner's got herself stuck and then gets bailed out there. Kennewick reached across and hit her across the arm. There were 2 Lions there. And Emily Perry, the junior forward who just came into the game, picks up the foul. And that's number 3 on Kennewick. About 3 minutes left in the first quarter. 11-3. Teagarden circles in the paint. Pull back, left elbow jumpers, airballed short and toked out off of Kennewick last. And McKenzie, the senior, touched it away from Inners, and so Hermis has a baseline inbound. Lexa Moreno to put in play. Baskets to her left as she looks up. Needs somewhere to go with it. Left corner throws it away.
Eric, I know that, what they're trying to do, they're trying to get the lob inside to either Inners or to Teagarden, but they missed 2 wide open passes.
Dress inside, misses the shot. It's poked back out onto the perimeter. Kennewick keeps. Fighter toward Jaylee Durrami on the left side. Durrami has it back left corner. Quick trigger 3. Pushed up long. Dress has the rebound. Turns. Puts up a 15-footer right baseline. Inners pulls the rebound away from 2. Inners racing down the near sideline. In front of the Kennewick bench will slow up. Still Inners, gives it to Teagarten, right corner. Lucy, right back to Inners on a pick and roll. Underneath, ball taken away by Kinsey. Inners had it under the basket. She tried to go to a cutting Cherry, threw it into Kinsey's hands. Durrami comes to her right, in the paint, glass and good. 13-3, Hermiston can't get the offense going here in the opening minutes of this game. 2 minutes left. Top of the key, Inners for three. Front iron rims to Dress. Ashlyn Dress will find Hannah Fyander. Down the near sideline for Kennewick. Skip it, right corner, Kinsey there. Three-pointer, transition, hit it. One of the things that's amazing here, they have 7 different scores in the opening quarter. 16-3 the lead. Teagarten attacks, floats it up with her right hand, poked out by Cherry. Moreno, top of the key to Inner, steps to her right, three-pointer there, airballed off to the left. Kept in by Alexa Moreno, but Teagarten wasn't expecting. It's poked out. Ooh. They say Hermiston ball.
A make-up call for the one they had earlier.
Riley Bendewall gives Hannah Finder a break. Inners comes out, JC Moreno. First, a timeout. And Jago will use his other 30-second timeout. 16-3 is the score line in favor of the Kennewick Lions. This team is 14-4. The losses as of late, Chiawana, who hasn't lost, Central Valley in a non-conference game on Saturday the 18th of January, and they did lose to Kamayakin in a relatively tight game on January 10th. But this Lions team, they've already sewed up the #1 seed. This is a very good 3A team. What do they need to be a great playoff team?
Dylan Dress back. But that is not going to happen. They're starting to show how how a team meshes right now without their star player out there, and they're all meshing together and getting very confident in themselves.
16-3, 125 left in the first, and Jaguars used both his 30-second timeout. Sophie Rodriguez at the point position right now, making her way down to the left elbow, picks up her dribble, back to JC Moreno, circling to the top of the key, out to the right side, hands off to Alexa, three-point shot, too hard, long rebound into the hands of Perry. She walked in the backcourt. Hermiston will get it back on a Kennewick turnover. Yeah, when I heard, it was about 2 weeks ago, that Kennewick had lost Dylan Dress to a knee injury, I mean, it's disappointing. Somebody had called for 4 years.
Yeah.
Down the lane, right side lay-in by JC Moreno. Her first point's kind of doing it herself. 16-5, 50 seconds left in the first quarter. Carson Ripplinger bringing it into the front court. It's another one of these Lions who's been doing it for about 4 years. Top of the key, Kinsey pushes up a three too hard. Jason Moreno's got the board, the freshman. Circles away from traffic, slows up, and she'll bring it up herself. Front court, right corner to Teagarten. Teagarten coming out of the corner. Spin move to her right, now she'll move, middle of the paint, out to the left corner. Alexa Moreno, three ball, short shot. Cherry has it poke off of her, and it pokes out last off of Hermiston. Good inside work. I talked to Jay Ego about that. I said it's kind of the dirty stuff. Not saying Micah Cherry's a dirty player. She is not. She doesn't kind of know those inside tugs and pulls, or at least doesn't do those things. But just that right there, really good seal off. Created a great space. Somebody's got to come in and rebound. Thrown away by Ripplinger out to the far sideline. Jaylee Durrami also zigged when Ripplinger thought she was going to zag. .6 seconds left first quarter. Sophie Rodriguez has it, front court, coming to her right. Out to the right corner, Moreno too late on the three-point shot. That does go down, but 16-5 is the scoreline after a quarter here at Hermiston High. We'll be back on your hometown radio station, AM 1360 KOHU. And Benewald finishes for her second bucket of the ball game. Kennewick had 7 different scorers score 1 bucket into the first quarter. 2 3-pointers went in for them. Interception. Sophie threw that one away. Steal by Perry. Perry into the front court. Throws it inside. Benewald running the floor, and then Rodriguez fouls her. Bulldogs got a lot of looks at the 3-point line, not able to make any of them in that first quarter. Benewald at the line for 2 foul shots and is good on the first. This Kennewick team against Hermiston, they only took 2 foul shots the entire game on the way to the 71-57 win at their place.
Yeah, it was very odd. Very odd.
Well, but they don't attack the rim sometimes. Sometimes they're just happy as can be to find outside shots.
Yeah, that's very true.
Aspen enters far sideline, moves it back middle of the floor into the backcourt, front court for Alexa Moreno. Moreno back to enters, right corner to Teagarden. Teagarden trying to get out of that corner, hit on the arm. And the foul against Emma Kinsey, her first. First on the lines as well. They lead 20-5. 7:14 left, second quarter. And Alexa Moreno has it in the backcourt for Hermiston. Bring it out into the front court. The home white uniforms, picks up her dribble, needs somewhere to go. Hands off to Teagarden, who zagged back to her left. Bounce pass, JC on the far sideline. Drives and kicks. Right block, wide open, enters, finishes. Hermiston found a way to probe that zone and get an open look. Now pressure in the backcourt, Alexa Moreno with a steal. Gives to JC, spin move, right baseline, hit the 6-footer runner. And a little flurry just like that. Hermiston's got it back to 29. Still plenty of work to do. Top of the key for Ripplinger. Ripplinger back to her left for Perry. Perry will try 3. Short shot rebounded by Cherry. Micah Cherry slows up, middle of the floor for JC Moreno. And Hermiston now on the attack. Down by 11. JC Moreno coming right. She'll get on the run, going right side. A foul called out top on Benewald. Benewald's first is the second on Kennewick.
Yeah, a little tough right now, Eric, because the way they called the first period, that little touch foul wasn't called. Now it is. So we'll see. I mean, and it didn't look like it was a real inhibited foul.
Enters, misses a shot, maybe a partial block. Ashland ends up with it and gets it. Hannah Finder in the front court. Right side, Perry. Perry will drive into the paint. Lob it across the paint. Tip pass stolen. Enters has it for Hermiston. Just over 6 minutes left in the first half. 20-9, Kennewick's lead. Alexa Moreno coming left, picks up her dribble, gives to JC at the top of the key. JC spin move through traffic with a right hand scoop shot, hits. JC Moreno's got 6. 20-11 is the score line. 5:45 left, second quarter. Left side for Dress and a traveling violation. And Dress kind of shuffling awkwardly, like she did something to an ankle or a leg. 30-second timeout for Kennewick as Hermiston, a little run, but a run all the same to get back into it. The one thing though, it's very one-on-one offense. It's not team offense right now.
No, on either team. On either side right now. And Hermiston, you're right. I mean, whoever gets the basketball and they're trying to go ahead and do it, they're letting JC's taking it upon herself to go ahead and try and create. But everybody else is kind of standing around after the pass. You have Aspen out trying to, get out to the wing where they have her set up, and Cherry trying to get down on the block. But those are just the things that right now, in order for Hermiston to be really successful, they got to get everybody working together. 1-3-1
zone defense for Kennewick right now out of this timeout. They lead by 9. Poked out of Teagarden's hands, kept by Inners. Inners against Hannah Fyander up at the top. And then a foul on Fyander. Third on Kennewick, first on Fyander. on the far sideline, J.C. Moreno will inbound. Lobs it to Alexa Moreno in the jump circle, coming out to the right side, top of the key, Inners. Inners holding overhead, looking backdoor. She'll put it on the floor against Bendewald. Flip it back to Alexa, now Cherry circling right. Teagarten down the left lane against Bendewald, bumped, missed it, and picked up by Dress. Dress finds Fyander. Into the front court, June Fyander. Left perimeter, behind her to Dress. Dress lobs it inside, Bendewald there, right back to Dress, a give and go, around and out. Fyander gets the board in traffic, tries to throw it out perimeter, and Kennewick keeps it. Up top to Hannah Fyander. It was a beautiful move to get Dress inside. Now Bendewald is hit on the arm by J.C. Moreno.
Yeah, I don't know how that one didn't fall either Eric. It was a great give and go, and just didn't get it to fall.
Top of the key for Jaylee Durrami. Right side and an attack to the 10, lay-in +1 for June Fyander. Chance for a three-point play on Aspen Inner's second foul. Fyander had 14 in meeting number 1 against Hermiston. Didn't go to the foul line in that game. Hits the jumper from the line to make it 23-11. 4:33 left, second quarter. Aspen Inners into the front court. Up top to Alexa Moreno. Moreno coming right, hands off to Teagarten. Teagarten pushes it back, Inners over to JC. Left corner, Alexa. Inners up top. Bendewald guarding her, right side for Teagarten. Kick it in the left corner, Cherry is there. Cherry's gonna drive. Gets knocked out of her hands, picked up by Fyander. Up court to June. June from Hannah in the lane, lays it in. 25-11, just past the halfway point of the second quarter. Cherry left side catches, attacks, and lays it in. Good find across to her. Bendewald the other side, and from behind lays it in as Cherry tried to pressure. Bendewald's got 8. 27-13, 3:35 left in the second quarter. Lions press there, and there's a reach-in foul on June Fyander. I might have had some qualms if I was a Kennewick fan on the first one. That one was
definitely
pretty clear.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's just the way it is right now. I mean, they didn't call that type of foul early in the first period, but now they are here, and that one there was a no-doubter.
Sophie Rodriguez back in. Alexa Moreno lobs it to her left perimeter. Sophie drives and kicks up top to Aspen Inners. Inners hands off to J.C. Moreno. Moreno moving down the right lane. Spin move into lane, her right side, short on the shot, poked around. J.C. gets it back in traffic. On the perimeter for Teagarten. Three-pointer, left wing, airball. Inners has it underneath. Inners under the basket, will try to move it back out, hit on the arm, and earns a trip to the line. Jay Ego's going to call the rest of the Bulldogs over with 3:05 left in the second quarter, as Inners gets ready to take 2 foul shots. Durrami's first. It's number 5 on Kennewick, so Hermiston will be in the bonus for the final 3:05 here in the first half. Inners, third leading scorer on the team at 10.6 a game. She goes 1 of 2 on the trip, and Ashlyn Dress pokes it out of bounds on the rebound attempt. Micah Cherry in. She was just briefly out, and Lucy Teagarten gets her first break. 3:04 left second quarter, 27-14. Hermiston's deficit is 13 points right now. Inners at the top of the key, takes the inbound. Inners coming right against Bendewald, throws it inside. It's poked out by Kennewick. That deflected off of Carson Ripplinger's hand. It definitely changed direction, but Kennewick's got it. Sometimes I can hedge. That is my angle right there, and it's right in line with me. I could see it change direction. Riplinger's got in the left corner. Skip it across dress. Extra pass, right corner. Durrami 3. Back iron too hard. Riplinger keeps it for Kennewick. Gives it to Fiander. Hannah Fiander 3 ball. Front iron. Bendewald rebound. Turnaround. Put back. And she's got 10. 29-14. 2:28 left in the second quarter. All the way into the right corner for Sophie Rodriguez. Catches, moves it back out on top. Rodriguez, right corner, three-pointer, front iron off. Cherry rebound, ripped out of her hands by Riplinger on the putback foul. Riplinger will send Micah Cherry to the foul line. 2 foul shots coming. So Riplinger's got 2, and June Fiander has 2. Cherry has 2 points right now. She's actually about as good at this as anybody on the team as Czar's percentage goes. 21 of 24 as that first foul shot goes in. Riplinger out. And for Kennewick back in. Kinsey missed the second one. Broadcaster's jinx on her. JC Moreno's got the steal. Alexa poked it away from Fiander. Now backdoor pass and block, but the putback by Moreno. Alexa Moreno got the finish after JC got pin blocked by Anna Fiander. Foul line dress, open jumper, rattles around and out, and the ball's poked away by Bendewald. Hermiston has it underneath. Down 29-17 with 1:49 left in the second. You have to get it all back, right? Just get it to single digits by halftime.
Yeah, they've got to take care of the basketball.
Sophie Rodriguez drives baseline, kicks it out to the right side. JC Moreno in the paint, loses it. Kept by Cherry, rolls it out perimeter. Alexa Moreno there, skip it across to Sophie. Kicks corner. JC Moreno's got it. Lob it, foul line for Rodriguez, left side for Cherry. Cherry drives into the paint, blocked away on a shot attempt by Durrami. Up court to Dress, running the floor. She stops and pops the 6-footer short, and coming in to fly in for the rebound. Rebounded by Inner. She's fouled in the backcourt. Emma Kinsey commits her second, and Aspen Inners gets to walk the other end of the floor for 2 more foul shots. I mean, in many ways, Sonny, 1:14 left in the second, down by 12. This could be a lot worse, as much as Hermiston struggled offensively tonight.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, they look way out of sync, Eric, and I mentioned that real early, that everybody looked out of sync where they wanted to go. It looked like they were a step behind on everything, and to be able to go ahead and keep this right now within 11, maybe 10, that's amazing.
A piece of it. Hey, credit Darren Santo. He is like he's a pitching coach calling a game in softball right now. He's changing defenses over and over and over again, so it is hard to kind of get into a rhythm as you're seeing a different thing all the time. Dress right side, 3-point shot, hangs on the iron, poked out of bounds off of Teagarten last. Kennewick will keep it with a minute left, up 29-19. Inners did make both of those foul shots. Durrami on the baseline will inbound with the basket to her left. 2 on the block, 1 in the left corner, open there. Fiander 3, airballed too hard and poked to Sophie Rodriguez. Sophie, the freshman, slows up at half court, behind her to Inners. Inners now to Alexa Moreno, front court. Alexa Moreno will come right against Bendewald, take it all the way to 10, gets tumbled down to the floor. Poked by Rodriguez to JC, out to the right side. Teagarten there, Teagarten coming back out on top, gives to JC Moreno. Down the lane, tripped on her way down the lane, and a foul will send Moreno to the line for 2 more foul shots. This time, Durrami. So 4 different Lions with 2 fouls. The depth of Darren Santo's bench is showing out right now.
Absolutely it is.
Moreno good on the first. JC has 1 more coming. At the line, she is just under 71% this season. The freshman goes 2 for 2. So can you hold it there? Got it down to 29-21. 30 seconds left first half. Can you hold it single digits? Poked out of bounds. Alexa Moreno creating lots of problems for the guards, bringing it up. Front court for Bendewall. Give it right back to Hannah Fiender. Fiender coming right. The Moreno double team comes. Bendewall off to the right side. Perry on the block. Stuck, doesn't want to shoot it. Gives it back to June Finder. June Finder. Pocket pick by Alexa Moreno. Alexa Moreno down the middle floor. Slows up. Gives it to Teagarden. Transition three. Rolls out. Poked out by Kennewick. Hermiston will keep it. Boy, there is now a group of 6 students all standing, and this crowd would have gone about as loud as it could get. Inside turnaround hitter, floats it in the paint, and that brings us to halftime. Hermiston cuts it all the way back down to 29-23 as the teams head into the locker room here at the halftime break. And at one point in that second quarter, down by 11, Hermiston down by just 6 as they worked really hard to claw back into this one. Halftime, it is presented by Devon Oil Circle K. An interview with the Hermiston theater crew coming up next for you back at the station. We're going to make this break 8. We're at break 8, 2 minutes, and we're back with the theater crew here on AM 1360 KOHU. Riley Bendewald, Ashlyn Dress, and Carson Ripplinger. And Hermiston with the ball out in the left corner for Alexa Moreno. Out of that corner to JC Moreno. Lobs it right corner. Teagarten inside to Inners. Inners on the right block. Turns and floats it up over Bendewald short. Rebounded by Dress. Dress flips it to Finder. Finder up to her sister June. Right side. Will take it to the 10. Right hand. Scoop it in. Finder's got 9 points. Riley Bendewald with 10. The leading scorer for Kennewick. Underneath, poked out of Alexa Moreno's hands, and Hermiston will keep it on the baseline, down 31-23. Did a lot of work to get it back to a 6-point game in the final minutes of the first half. Need to come out of the locker room hot. To JC Moreno, right side, perimeter three for Teagarten, back iron it in. The first three-pointer of the game for Hermiston. And Lucy Teagarten's averaging 12 a game, gets up to 6. Ripplinger on the baseline, back out on top. Finder off to the right side. June down inside, turnaround. Bendewald hits the 12-footer. She's got 12, leads all scores in this thing. JC Moreno 8 in the first half. Aspen Inners with 7. Hermiston's leading scores. Moreno in the left corner, inside to Inners. Inners turnaround, back to her right, floats it in. Right in the paint. Hit another shot that hopefully will evoke some Kennewick nightmares. As it looked last year when Hermiston won at Kennewick on a buzzer beater. Right baseline jumper by Dress. She missed it, but the offensive rebound for Dress. Back out onto the perimeter. Ripplinger three. Inners pulls this one down for Hermiston and finds Alexa Moreno across the timeline. Middle of the floor. Moreno on the run. Kicks it right corner. Teagarten there. Teagarten will attack. Hand off. Inners. Back to Lucy. Top for Sophie. JC Moreno, left side, three-pointer for her. How about it? JC Moreno's got 11. Hermiston a couple of threes to open up this second half. Down 33-31, 2 minutes into the third quarter. June Finder, front court, and a traveling violation. Boy, this Kennewick team started this game so hot. Can they turn it back on?
But, you know, they got bit by the turnover bug in that second quarter a little bit, Eric, and that, you're right, now the offensively they're struggling a little bit.
Teagarten throws it away, down into the left corner, way too tall as JC Moreno cut to the hoop. So Hermiston turns it right back over. 5:46 left in the third quarter. This is the only show in town, at least in the Mid-Columbia Conference tonight. Across the timeline, the two Fianders move it. Right corner for Bendewald. How about a three-pointer? Airball too hard. Teagarten's got it. One bounce, lost her dribble, finds Inners. So Kennewick did a good job of getting back and preventing a fast break. Hermiston not moving nearly as fast up and down the court as they would have in the first meeting on January 7th. Inners missed a shot blocked by Dress, and Finder has it middle of the floor. June Finder, the sophomore, throws it up far sideline. Hannah Finder, left corner, Dress three-pointer there, hit it. Her first of the night, just her second bucket made. Have to make sure she doesn't get going.
Absolutely. She led the team in scoring the last game.
No, she had 16. Dylan had 18. Down inside to June. Oh, you mean their last game out?
Yeah.
Or the last game at Hermiston? Dylan ended up hitting, because Dylan hit a bunch of threes. Timeout for Jay Ego, because they got it to 2, and then it's back out to 38-31 on a couple of quick buckets.
Yeah, unfortunately, the last time over there was an unfortunate turnover. It looked like Aspen got tripped over on the sideline, and it looked like the girl came back in from out of bounds to go ahead and pick up the ball and go down court. Didn't call right in front of the official. They didn't see it, so now they just got to get this thing back under control.
38-31 here in the third quarter at Hermiston High School. Kennewick won the first one. These teams did split a year ago. Hermiston won at Kennewick on a Aspen Inners buzzer beater, and then Kennewick came here and they won on the second game was on January 16th. No, I got it backwards. The win on the 16th was at Kennewick. The Kennewick win here was on December 9th over a year ago. Alexa Moreno had 16 in that one a year ago. She's only got 2 tonight. Hasn't been able to find her offense here this evening. She'll take it in the backcourt. The junior guard gives it right to Sophie Rodriguez. Sets a high pick for JC Moreno, moving top of the key. Back to the left corner. Sophie Rodriguez, three-pointer there. Front iron into the hands of June Fiander. 38-31 Kennewick, 4:30 left third quarter. Down the near sideline, June come, hesitate, now drive under the basket. Back out Bendewald, top of the key, dress three ball, hit another one. Dress 2 triples here in the quarter. And it brings Kennewick's total to 4, 41-31. Back out to a 10-point Kennewick lead. 4:08 left in the third. JC Moreno left wing, lobs it top of the key. Inners has it there. Inners between the rings, yo-yos with the left hand. Hands off to Alexa Moreno as Hermiston resets. Right side, Teagarten on the perimeter. Bounces, JC, spin move into the paint, and a shot clock violation on Hermiston.
Yeah, that number 1, Eric, Coach Santo was down there, and he had to get calmed down just a little bit. It was a backcourt violation. The clock was reading at 19, and we still had it on their Kennewick side. And then we never even got into the flow of the offense after that.
3:40 left in the third, down 41-31. Ripplinger misses a 3. Offensive rebound. June Finder back out on top. Into Bendewald. Bendewald blocked inside. Teagarten. A lot of contact, a lot of hoots and hollering from the Kennewick fans. Moreno, Teagarten, right corner, 3 ball, front iron off. Dress has a rebound, foul inside.
I think you're going to get Cherry on that.
Micah's first. Hermiston's first. 3:19 left in the third quarter. Kennewick by 10. Hermiston. Man-to-man pressing right now. As Finder brings it to the front court. Right wing for Ripplinger. Up top, June Finder drives, lobs it across at a foul. Blocking foul across the lane.
Cherry will pick up her second.
Number 2 on Hermiston as well. Jaylee Durrami and Emily Perry back in for the Lions. Dress and Hannah Finder will get a break. 3:03 left in the third, 10-point lead for Kennewick. Baseline inbound for Ripplinger. Right in, open 3, Perry right corner, hit it. 44-31, under 3 minutes remaining in the third quarter. Sophie Rodriguez throws it up, tipped into the Hermiston bench by Bendewald. And Hermiston inbound right in front of their bench. Rodriguez puts it in play. Alexa Moreno has it in the jump circle. Right side for Teagarten, back up on top. Sophie Rodriguez, backdoor pass thrown right into Durrami's hands. Durrami gives to Finder. Finder up to Ripplinger. She'll attack Rodriguez and lay it in on the right side. Just Carson Ripplinger's second bucket of the ballgame, but 46-31, 2:30 left in the third. Right corner, Teagarten 3, too hard, and on the backside, Ripplinger pulls it down. What was a 2-point game is now 15, and Bendewald blocked away by Teagarten. Loose ball picked up by Moreno. Hermiston down by 15. Moreno front court. Teagarten in the right corner. Teagarten stays on the perimeter. Top of the key gives to Cherry. Rodriguez in the left corner. JC Moreno's there. Lost her dribble. Stuck down there in that corner. Skip it back out on top. Moreno 3. Alexa's rattles out. And Cherry pulls down the offensive board. Bounce inside to Teagarten at the block, fouled from behind. And Lucy earns a trip to the line. The foul is Emily Perry's second. And Kennewick's first with 1:50 left in the third quarter. 46-31. The Lions are on a 13-0 run until that foul shot goes down. Abby Harshberger for the first time tonight in for Sophie Rodriguez. 2-for-2 trip for Lucy, 46-33. Minute 48 left in the third quarter. And Hannah Finder, front court, left side. Durrami gives into the corner. Out of that corner comes Perry, back to Kinsey now. Finder, right side. Durrami there. Foul line for Dress. Dress comes to her left. Lefty scoop shot against Teagarden. No. Offensive rebound underneath Perry. Perry back out on top. Long distance three for Finder. Front iron short and picked up by Cherry. Cherry, Hermiston's got numbers. Dress is slow to get up behind the play. Leaves it behind for Teagarden. Teagarden circling, stopping. Extra pass left corner. JC Moreno three ball. Front iron short and Durrami's got the board for Kennewick. Finds Hannah Finder. Minute 5 left in the third. 46-33, Kennewick's lead. Left side, Perry head fake at a drive around Teagarden underneath to Durrami, right side, hit an 18-footer on the right side. 48-33. JC Moreno front court, still on the run all the way into the paint, right hand off of the right, pulled down by Perry. 40 seconds left, 48-33 Kennewick. Finder to Durrami in the middle of the floor. Front court, she brings it, steps around Cherry. Lefty scoop off. Poked out of Harshberger's hands, but she was out of bounds. Back to Hermiston.
Possession goes to Hermiston.
30 seconds remaining, 30.4, so there is actually still a shot clock, 0.4 of a second difference between shot clock and game clock. Alexa Moreno, front court for Harshberger. Harshberger, right corner for Teagarden. Teagarden circling. Elbow jumper pulled up too hard. Rebound. Dress pulls it away from Cherry. 12 seconds left. Kennewick by 15. Lobbed up court. Poked out by Cherry, out of bounds on the far sideline. Baseline inbound for Kennewick.
Good hustle by Cherry that time, but I tell you what, Dress really ran the floor well to even try and get an opportunity for that one.
Perry Durrami inside to Dress, turn around, rolls off. Cherry's got it, 4 seconds left. Cherry splits a couple of defenders. Three-quarter scored heave comes up short, and it brings us to the end of the third. Kennewick, big run to end the quarter, lead 48-33 as we go to the fourth when we come back on AM 1360 KOHU. .48-33 here at Hermiston High School. Eric Olson, Sonny Levy with you on AM 1360 KOHU. We welcome you as well. Join us on Hermiston's YouTube channel at HTV. And Kennewick with the ball at a 48-33 lead. Top of the key for Dress. Ashlyn Dress, a three-pointer, splashed it. Dress has 11. Kennewick's lead is 51-33. JC Moreno, Micah Cherry. Cherry across the lane, gives to Alexa Moreno. Drives, kicks, back to Cherry. Cherry in the corner. From the right side, Teagarden attacks, circles into the paint, pull up, too hard on the lip. Loose ball, Dress picks it up and shuffles it off to Hannah Finder. Finder up court to Durrami. Durrami into the front court, Perry. Perry down the left side, fouled. And for the first time in her Hermiston High School career, she goes into the varsity book. This is sophomore guard Jayla Pinto. She goes in committing a foul. But had just an incredible JV game this afternoon that Hermiston won.
Yeah, absolutely. She scored 22 points in that game and just did a fantastic job.
Just the 4th and 5th foul shots of the game for Kennewick. They've made all 5 of them. Up 53-33. They've turned this into a 20-point game. JC Moreno in the backcourt, stuck, tackled at half court, and a jump ball given.
Eric, it's because of this, because it's like we're stagnant right now. We're not moving, and when we do stop, there was no need to stop it. We just needed to keep rolling down with the dribble.
Bulldog ball, attacking right to left. A pause here with 7:11 left in regulation. The shot clock shouldn't have reset at that jump ball at the half court. So Hermiston's got 18 on the shot clock. They have committed 1 shot clock violation. Down inside to Teagarten, around and out. Good look inside. Picked up by Hannah Feinder. Feinder front court. Gives to Dress. Dress on the right side. Back out onto the perimeter. Kinsey 3 ball. Short right. In traffic, pulled down. Pinto is tied up inside by Kinsey.
So I got a question for you, Eric, and hopefully you can answer this one. Shot clock didn't turn off. We did not get it over half court. And by the time we did, we were 3 seconds into, we're at 17 seconds. Is that not a backcourt violation?
You get the new 10 when there's the held ball.
Oh, okay.
Underneath, Kennewick with it. Dress to inbound, baskets to her right. Perimeter for Finder, up top to Durrami. Back to Hannah Finder on the right side. Hit a 3-pointer right at the start of the game, hasn't scored since. Just distributing. Left corner, Kinsey steps out to a long 2, a foul inside on the rebound.
They gave it to Teagarten? Huh.
That's the first on Lucy, the second on Hermiston. 90 seconds into the 4th quarter, 20-point Kennewick lead, and Perry inbounds. Right into Finder, back under the perimeter, right side, 3-pointer, short for Kinsey. Rebound poked around, and now a foul on that rebound against Kennewick. Hannah Finder called for the hold, her second. That's the first on Kennewick here in the 4th quarter. Aspen enters across the timeline to Alexa Moreno. Her pass inside is tipped, trying to get into Pinto. Taken by Durrami. Durrami to Finder, up into the front court for Kinsey. Kinsey down to the baseline. Dress back out on top. Durrami gives to Finder. Dress wants it in the right corner. Catches, shoots in front of her bench, and splashes another 3. Dress has got 14. She's the leading scorer in this game. The Lions' lead is 56-33. Pass at half court. Dress steals it away. Gets it back from Durrami. Gives it right back to Durrami. Sharing is carrying. Laid in by Kinsey in the paint. Alexa Moreno slowed up at half court. She'll take it herself into the front court. Into the left wing. Hands off to Pinto. Pinto left open. Left elbow jumper. Rattles around and out. Good look at it. Perry's got it. Finder up to Durrami. Durrami right corner Dress. Another 3 ball there. Yeah. 61-33, and the Lions have found that extra gear, pulling away here with 5:13 left. Sophie Rodriguez will drive and attack, hit on the arm, and earns a trip to the line for a couple of foul shots. Kinsey, her third. Second on Kennewick, but that drive right there is exactly what we talked about in the pregame. That kind of thing you can see if you step into practice yesterday. Hermiston needs to see it from this super athletic freshman, Sophie Rodriguez, earlier than 5:11 left in the 4th quarter when it's nearly a 30-point game.
Yeah, and you're down by 27. You're exactly right. If she's not shooting the ball, Eric, or she's not trying to make drives, what that's doing is putting that much more pressure on the perimeter players.
1 of 2 trips 61-34. Right side for June Finders back in. She drives and kicks behind her to Bendewald. Bendewald pull up, right baseline. Jumper's poked out of bounds. And touch last by Fiander. I mean, there are many ways to, like right now, it's the two Morenos, Sophie, Aspen, and Lucy. It's the starting five. Realistically, it's a five-guard lineup. And they all have the ability to attack, but just haven't attacked as much here today.
No, and if you look at the passes, they're all pretty much lazy passes. I mean, there's been a number of times where people have been able to get fingers on the pass.
J.C. Moreno stops top of the key, lobs near side to Teagarden. Teagarden coming to her right. Teagarden, right wing for Moreno. Three ball in front of the students. Short shot. Bendewald has it. And a piece of this. A lot of credit's got to be given to way Kennewick is defending here tonight. I think they're defending way better than they were at the beginning of January. At least in the game against Hermiston. Bendewald fouled on the arm. She's got 2 foul shots coming. They look like they're rounding into shape defensively here tonight. Or at least at this point in the season, Kennewick is.
Yeah, they're looking pretty good out there. That was on, I go on Aspen? No.
It says Aspen, but it also says that's only her second. Definitely her third on Hermiston. Bendewald missed the first. Hits the second. She's got 13 points. She was the leading scorer in this game for quite some time, but now Ashlyn Dress comes in and hits 5 3-pointers in the second half. Timeout for Jay Eagle with 4:10 left in the fourth. We'll take it as well. Back in a minute here on AM 1360 KOHU. Yard in the right corner has it for Hermiston. Halfway through the fourth quarter, Bulldogs trailing 62-34. High pass, Teagarden will attack into the paint, kick into the left corner for J.C. Moreno. Moreno spin move, step through, back out onto the perimeter, enters three-pointer, short, tipped off of the front iron. Still in, now it's out, and Kennewick ball. .340 left in the fourth quarter. 28-point advantage. Dress, right corner. How about another three? Oh, she missed one. Bendewald rebound, putback, foul on the putback. That is Dress's first three-point miss here in the second half. She is 5 of 6 from outside the arc in this second half. Aspen enters called for the foul. Yeah.
So
I think that's the 4th. I mean, that's what
John did say the 4.
Yeah, John Lauk said 4. It's 4 on Hermiston. We have it as 4.
Yeah.
Sophie Rodriguez will come out. Micah Cherry back in. 3:30 left in the fourth quarter. Got to wonder how much longer until Jay Ego wants to get some run for somebody down the bench. We saw Abby Harshberger just briefly. We saw Jayla Pinto for a couple of minutes. Enters in lane, floats it in, given to her by Moreno. Aspen's got 11. 63-36. Down inside, Dress. Nice touch pass across the lane, laid in by Perry. 65-36, 3 minutes left in this thing. J.C. Moreno picks up her dribble, lobs into left corner, steal by Dress on an underthrown pass. Maybe he was tipped. Falls to June Finder into the front court for Kennewick. Finder right side to Ripplinger. Ripplinger skip it up to Dress. Dress top of the key to June Finder. Down inside, and Inner steals a pass, looks inside, lobs it up court to J.C. Moreno all by herself, the other end, lays it in on the assist from Inners. J.C. Moreno's got the lay-in. Aspen Inners started it with the steal inside. A really good read by her down to the other end. Dress misses. That last possession, the steal by Aspen Inners, it's your Next Chapter Bookstore read of the game. 65-38, 2:14 left. Inners down the lane, back onto the perimeter. J.C. Moreno catches, leaves it for Teagarden. Right side three, front iron. And on the backside, pulled down by Bendewald. Bendewald finds Ripplinger. 2 minutes left, 65-38. Kennewick. Lions are going to move to 15-4 and 12-3 in the MCC. Moving it out top, Perry. And another three-pointer hit. Ripplinger has 7. The Lions have 7 of those in the second half and 9 total. They're just 2 off of how many they hit against Hermiston in the first meeting up at their place. Minute 25 left. Teagarden circling down the lane, left side, laying short. June Finder's got the board. Finder loses the ball in the backcourt. Shoves Teagarden off of it, keeps it. Teagarden throws it front court. Bendewald there. Bendewald across to Ripplinger, off her hands, out of bounds, far sideline. And now here come changes. We see 5'6" freshman guard Avery Devon for the first time. Harshberger is back in. And we see the 5'7" sophomore Annika Holden for the first time. Cherry stays, and so does J.C. Moreno. Moreno down the lane right side, fouled, and will go to the line.
Perry, I believe.
2 foul shots coming for J.C. Moreno.
Personal foul number 22.
22.
Kinsey called for her 4th.
J.C. Moreno, line 6-2 goal.
So Kennewick's going to be a half game behind Kamiakin. And the teams play at Kennewick High School in the Lions Den on Saturday. These are the last 2 teams we've played. Does Kennewick have what they need to beat Kamiakin and split this series, get up to tie for 2nd in this conference?
Well, I tell you, if they play defense like this, I'll say yes. They made both the free throws. Sophie did. JC, I mean, yeah.
15 for JC, she comes out. And now Kylie Morgan, the 5'3" junior guard, into the game. Left side, long distance jumper off for Olivia Weberg. Holden's got it, benches have been cleared. Pass off of Morgan's hands, out of bounds at Karam's off of the cheerleaders. And Kennewick has it with 33 seconds remaining, 68-40. I like Kamiakin's defense a little bit better, even though I have said I've really liked what Kennewick has done here today. Holden throws it away on the far sideline after Kennewick turned it over. But it's a Kennewick, so keep that in mind.
Yeah. I mean, it is really going to... It's going to depend on, from what we saw the other night at Kamiakin played a very good ball game.
Both teams can fill it up from the outside, and both have against Hermiston here in this week. Kennewick will put it on their hip. Hannah Finder will hold it for the last seconds. And 68-40 is how this thing ends in favor of the Kennewick Lions. So Kennewick wins here and sweeps the season series with Hermiston. Their 15th win of the season, their 12th in the MCC. Hermiston falls to 8-10 and a 6-8. And we will be back with some post-game thoughts here from Hermiston High School after this on KOHU.
can control, and that is our basketball when we have it.
Starting lineups, they are brought to you by Rogers Toyota. And for Kennewick, they will start the brothers Chavez, 6-foot guard Dirks and a 6-foot guard Dane, two seniors in the backcourt, along with the 6'4" junior forward Daniel Tartaglia, one of the leading scorers in this conference. And then on the inside, the brothers Larson. The 6'7" senior is Tanner. The 6'9" sophomore is Cooper. For Braden Leidy, who is the winningest coach at Kennewick. In fact, he's the only coach at Kennewick with a winning record. The former Washington State Cougars in his 17th year at Kennewick. He's assisted by Matt Connor, Scott Larson, Brian Arroyo, Lucas Guerrero, Braxton Collier. The trainer is Kayla Sullins. The superintendent in the Kennewick School District is Dr. Tracy Pierce. Principal is Ron King. Anna Harris is the athletic director, and Melissa Thorson is the athletic director's assistant. For Kennewick, they are 13-5 overall, 10-4 in the MCC. Number one 3A team in the 3 spot overall. 3.5 games back of undefeated Richland. The Lions average 65.8 points per game. They give up 52.7 points per game. And on the road, they find themselves here tonight on a Wednesday. They are 6-3 away from the Lions' den. The Hermiston starting lineup back to what has been regular for the Bulldogs. 6'2" sophomore wing Lane Simmons with the 4 seniors. Blake Palzinski, the 5'10" guard and defensive specialist. 6'1" guard Kellen Young. 6'4" forward Carter Cleveland, and the 6'3" wing Braden Breland. For second-year head coach Brian Edwards, who is assisted by Tyson Stanley, Robert Gomez, Austin Nalen, and Taneas Dunn. The principal here at Hermiston is Tom Spoo, superintendent in the Hermiston School District. Dr. Tricia Mooney. The athletic director is Larry Usher. He is assisted by Vicky Payola. And the trainers, Debbie Green in her second year, Dan Emery in his 24th year here in Hermiston. Bulldogs are 8-10, 5-8 in the MCC, 5-3 here on the friendly confines home floor with a 57.3 points per game forced against 61.8 points per game allowed. The offense has stalled a little bit here over the last week or so, maybe even longer than that, as they were so free-flowing and a little bit faster early in the season, but turnovers were such a problem. They're not nearly as fast now. Turnovers still an issue for this team, Sonny.
Yeah, that's one thing that they absolutely have to control. Right from the very beginning of the game, they've got to keep themselves in the game by keeping a hold of the basketball. If you want to call it, shorten the game a little bit, but quicken it. It's going to sound a little weird. Shorten it, but quicken it up. They've got to learn how to take care of the basketball and not go on spurts of turnovers over points during the game at some point.
Well, we hit the freezing mark outside, 32 degrees on a day where both the Kennewick School District and the Hermiston School District were on delays to start the day. I suppose we should put that in mind to see how this game starts, but at 7:30 at night, most of that should have been shaken off, and we will see who is ready to go from the jump. Kennewick, it's an all-black uniform. Kennewick in script orange across the chest. Orange numerals on the front of the back trimmed in white. Hermiston's home uniform is an all-white uniform. They have Hermiston across the chest in purple. The numbers on the front of the back also in purple with a touch of gold trim. Carter Cleveland going to the jump circle against Cooper Larson, the 6'9" sophomore. Looking across at Cleveland, don't forget, even though he's 6'4", this is a jump out of the gym type of guy who is going to try to play volleyball at the college level. 8 minutes on the clock. Larson wins the tip, but it's poked back into the backcourt by Young, and Hermiston has the opening possession. Attacking left to right. Palzinski will move it top of the key. Cleveland gives it right to Breland. Breland, who we saw on Saturday, decided to go away with the bleach blonde locks, shaved it all down. High and tight right now for him as he stands in the right corner. Polzinski going that way, gives it to Young. Young to the block, takes it too hard, gets his own rebound, stuck in the paint, and a shot clock violation. Young's shot never actually got to the rim.
Yeah, it's a tough break there, Eric, and especially when he's down inside. But, they attacked inside. That was one good thing.
Tritania over on the right perimeter. 35 points against Hermiston. It's a career high for one of the leading scorers in this conference. He's at 23.5 points per game. Up top, Tanner Larson, the senior, three-pointers out. Poke to Tritania in front of the student section. That is filling up a bit. Right side, he'll try a three. Breland pulls it down. Minute plus gone, scoreless. Hermiston's second possession. Breland all the way 10. Off the front iron, rebound, put back in to the first points of the game for Carter Cleveland. 6:43 on the clock. And Dirks Chavez gets back to Dane. And the senior guard at the jump circle, standing right at the edge of the Purple H. Move it out to the right side. Back in front of that student section, down inside. Larson catches on the block and lays it in. Tanner Larson, he had 14 against Hermiston in the first matchup. Polzinski throws it to a cutting Simmons, poked away. Steal by Cooper Larson. Two apiece, 6:17 on the clock, first quarter, out into the left wing. Chavez has it there. Dane Chavez battling against Polzinski. Goes baseline, finds an open lane and lays it in. Too easy.
Oh yeah, everybody parted left and left him all alone.
2 minutes into the first quarter. Kennewick up 4-2. Cleveland out on the right perimeter. Top of the key, give to Young, and across to Breland out on the left side. Breland holding, skips it up top. Simmons there, comes right back to Young. Everything on the perimeter, 9 of the shot clock. Young crosses, overdrives baseline. Lost Dirks Chavez and lays it in to tie it back up. 5:35 left in quarter number 1. Chavez hands off our sideline. Polzinski steals it away from Tritania. Polzinski loses it. Breland picks it up. He'll attack down the left side. Too hard. Rebound put back, and Young flies in to float it in. Hermiston by 2. In the opening minutes here of this night against Kennewick. Kellen Young's had a couple of big early plays. Guarding Dane Chavez right now as Hermiston goes man-to-man down inside. Larson wide open, and Tanner Larson has his second straight bucket of timeout. 30-second variety for Kennewick's coach, Braden Leidy. 6 apiece with 5:03 on the clock here in quarter number 1. Very methodical offensive sets for Hermiston the first 3 times down.
Very, very methodical, and but the one thing they are doing is they've got people crashing the boards, Eric. We've got 3 offensive rebounds already in this game, and 2 of them resulted in points. That's what we got to keep doing is getting, and those are those garbage points that I'm talking about. Get the offensive rebound and get it put back up. They're not going to, if they didn't call the foul, they didn't call the foul, so gives us an opportunity to keep us in the game.
6 apiece, 5 minutes left. And Lane Simmons brings it into the front court, gives to Breland, takes a handoff right back. Corner for Young. Young will come out of that corner, across to Polzinski on the right side. Right corner, Breland. Breland coming out of that right corner, picks up his dribble, back to Polzinski, across to Young. Young hands off to Simmons, left wing, back up top, between the rings, Polzinski. Right elbow extended for Cleveland. Cleveland inside the foul line, attacking the sophomore Larson. Blocked away by Larson, who saves it back into Chavez. Kennewick racing into the front court. Game tied at 6. Across left side, Tritania top of the key. Down inside to Larson, poked away from him, out of bounds. Kennewick will keep it. 4:26 left first quarter. Down in the right corner of the offense on the baseline, left corner. Chavez gets it in. Back up top to Dirks Chavez. Coming to right, attacking Simmons. Back to Dane on the right side. Inside to Larson and a hold. Cooper Larson held by Braden Breland. First foul of the game with 4:17 left in the first quarter. Game tied at 6. Blocks and elbows for Kennewick. Into Tritania, catches deep in the paint, turns and lays it in off the glass. His first points of the night. 8-6 lead. Not quite to the halfway point of the first quarter. Polzinski, Cleveland on the left wing. Gives it behind him to Young. Young surveying to a cutting Simmons. Simmons passed it up into the corner for Breland. Too tall pass, steal by Dirk Chavez. He'll go against Polzinski down the right lane. He stops and throws it back out onto the perimeter. Dane Chavez there. Back to Dirks in the corner. Dane outside and bringing it back up top. Dane bumped. He'll take it inside, throw it across the lane. Cooper Larson knocked out of his hands. Chavez, left wing, three-pointer. Back iron. Polzinski off his hands. Saves it back in right to Larson, who will attack with the right hand and jam it down. The sophomore Cooper Larson, the beneficiary of a lost ball. And 10-6 the Kennewick lead. 3:20 left first quarter. Breland on the right side, hands off to Polzinski. Polzinski picks up his dribble, behind him to Simmons. Down inside to Cleveland, a reach-in foul over the top by the sophomore Larson. He did get into foul trouble in the first meeting between these two, and the older Larson, Tanner, ended up doing most of the inside work.
Yeah, and they had two flush, two-handed slams in that Kennewick game up there by the older Larson and by Trentania. The younger brother tried.
Young for three, short shot. Tanner Larson picks it up,
but was unsuccessful.
Trentania takes it down the lane, coming to the left side, floating and fading off the front iron. Picked up by Carter Swanson, who's into the game for Hermiston, the sophomore, top of the key. Finds space, foul line jumper, around and out. Pulled down by Rivian Brooks, the junior guard, came into the game at the last opportunity. Brooks has it, top of the key. Looks off to his right where Reese McClure is, who also came in, blocking foul on Hermiston against Carter Cleveland.
Yeah. That time there, Cleveland kind of got with his heels together a little bit, and a little bit of shuck and jive, and he was able to go ahead and put him on his rear end.
2:41 left in the first. 10-6 the lead for Kennewick. Down inside to Larson. Tanner Larson spins back to his left around Cleveland. Missed the shot. Had a foul inside on the rebound by Tanner Larson. As he got sandwiched inside, Kellen Young got inside of him and drew the foul, the second on Kennewick. 4-point Kennewick lead, 2:33 left in the first quarter. Hermiston attacking left to right as Lane Simmons will bring it into the front court. And a carry of the ball called out top on Simmons. Rue Olson is also in the game for Hermiston as Polzinski and Breland went to the bench. So Cleveland stayed along with Young and Simmons. Simmons checking Dane Chavez as he brings it to the jump circle. Bounce pass left wing for McClure, his first offensive touch. Inside to Larson and a lay-in on the left block. Good passing down the perimeter, then Larson, all he had to do is make a solid cut right to the hoop. Young between the rings, hands off, and a walk. The sophomore Carter Swanson took the handoff and then stepped to his right and then took another step back. Cleveland out, Young out. Breland returns, and Simmons comes out. Quinn Warner, the sophomore guard who stands 6 feet tall, comes in. Not ready. He's got to tuck the shirt in before we can put this ball in play. Kyan Webb also in for Hermiston. Trentania on the left wing. Webb checking him, left corner. And back out on top. Rivian Brooks, he'll drive right side, throw it into lane. It's poked onto the perimeter. Trentania keeps it. Foul line. Right side runner floats it in over the top of Breland, who's trying to set up to draw a charge, but Trentania wasn't coming down the lane hard enough for that. So he's got the nice touch to make it 14-6. 93 seconds left first quarter. Handoff right side for Webb. Webb to a cutting Swanson. Swanson down the right lane. Back on the perimeter. And Warner will try a three. Way too hard. And Larson's got it off the bottom of the backboard. Up to Trentania. Walked at the half-court line. Caught. And the turnover. Give it back to Hermiston. Minute 19 left in quarter one. 14-6. Swanson into the front court, right side handoff to Warner. Warner coming left. Warner out to the left side, poked out of his hands. Loose ball. He and Brooks tied up. And a jump ball is whistled. Down in the left corner. Possession arrow is Kennewick's. With a 1:07 left in the first period, Hermiston trailing by 8. Dane Chavez will walk it up with a minute left in the first quarter, stops at the purple H in the middle of the court. Left side for McClure. McClure throws it inside. Larson there. He'll attack right over the top of Webb and lay it in. Tanner Larson's got 8. 16-6. Right corner 3 for Rue Olson. Front iron. Chavez down the middle of the floor. Slows up and hands off to Tortania. Top of the key. Coming to his right. Against Breland, behind his back, moves back onto the perimeter. 33 seconds left in the first quarter. Kennewick looking out onto a 10-point lead. Breland pokes it away from Titania to Carter Swanson. Swanson across the timeline. Coming right, giving that way in the corner for Breland. Breland against Larson, looks at him, he'll pull it back out. 19 seconds left in the first quarter. The shot clock should be off. There's less time on the game clock than the shot clock. 10 seconds left in this first quarter. Swanson coming right. He walked, no whistle on it. Threw it back towards half court. Warner over and back. So I guess ball don't lie. The turnover happens. 3.6 seconds left in the first.
Okay, why is the shot clock still on?
The shot clock's on. Chavez between the rings for 3. Hit it. That wasn't Chavez. That was McClure. McClure. Kennewick closes the quarter on a 13-0 run, 19-6 after one period here at Hermiston High School. When we come back on AM 1360 KOHU. To the basket. To the basket, I say. And it ends the 13-0 run. 19-8 opening minute of the second quarter. Down on the baseline. Larson back out on top. Three-pointer for McClure. That one was easier than the one at the end of the quarter. Missed that one. Hermiston's got it. Coming front court. Up to Cleveland. Left side. Fast break points. Cleveland's got 4 on the assist from Young. Leads down to 9. Tretenya has it at the foul line. His runner is short. Cleveland boards it. A little more than a minute into the second quarter. Hermiston, a little more pace. Cleveland in the front court. Poked out of his hands. Larson picks it up. The sophomore Larson waits and finds McClure. But definitely an emphasis on pace change to start this second quarter.
Absolutely, absolutely, you know, getting it going.
Left corner. And, Breland dislocated his finger, it looks like, or definitely something with his hand Dan Emery is looking at. And they pause and let Rue Olson come in for him. Breland's just at the end of the bench. And Kennewick's going to end up with a baseline inbound coming. Well, that's getting buddy taped.
Yeah. Oh, Been there, done that, Eric. It doesn't feel good, but you know, the adrenaline keeps going. You don't feel it that much afterwards.
Chavez across the lane. Brooks there. Brooks attacks and hands back to Dirk Chavez. Top of the key. He'll attack left. Defended well by Young. Foul by Young. And to the line, Dirk Chavez gets a couple of foul shots. But just an increase in intensity is palpable here in the second quarter.
Absolutely it is. And, you know, had it not been for the turnovers, Eric, that's the bad thing. The turnovers, I must have given an announcer's jinx, because the turnovers are what turned this game towards Kennewick so heavily.
Dirk Chavez, he did not score in the first meeting. It is not really what he is called upon to do for this team. He's just under 6 points a game. Made both foul shots, 21-10. Right side lane, Simmons. Simmons had a look on the perimeter. He'll hand off instead to Young, who got Brooks up into the air. Young drives into the paint, turns to his right and floats it in. Kellen Young's got 6. 2 minutes gone in the second quarter, 21-12. Lions front court corner give to Dirk Chavez. You say I don't score, front iron miss the shot, and then a foul on the rebound. Ooh, Cooper Larson, that's a tough one to pick up. He was trying to clear the area, and he picks up his second instead. Kennewick's first here in the second quarter. So Cooper out, Tanner back in. 5:50 left second. 21-12 is the advantage for Kennewick. Lane Simmons has not found the scorer's book yet. He brings it into the front court. He's over 12.5 a game for Hermiston. Left side, Young missed a shot. Rebound put back for Cleveland, too hard. Picked up by Larson, throw up to half court. Brooks has it. Brooks keeps it right side for Chavez. Dirk Chavez lobs it middle of the floor. McClure there. McClure lose the handle. Tertania left wing in front of the Hermiston bench. Short on the three. He chases down his own rebound. Loose ball. He's down to it. Picked up instead by Cleveland, who won the hand fight. Down inside. Hermiston attacking off to our right. Rue Olson has it out top. Right side to Paulzinski. Give to Young in the right corner. Simmons has it. Poked out of his hands, gets it back, gives to Young, right corner, three-pointer, airballed short. Rebound loose and rolls out of the far sideline. Kennewick's possession. Kennewick's change. McClure out and Dane Chavez back in. 21-12, under 5 minutes remaining in the first half. Dirk Chavez gets it back and shuffles it off to Brooks, left wing for Dane Chavez. Bounce it inside Tertania. Back out to Brooks, he'll attack, left elbow jumper, around and down, bank shot. His first points of the contest extend the Kennewick lead to 11. 4:30 left in the second quarter. Paulzinski, backdoor pass to Olson, attacks right side, fouled. Hit on the head by Daniel Tertania. And so Rue going to the foul line to shoot a pair. Hermiston's first foul shots of the game. Bulldogs are 59% from the foul line. Rue makes it the 149th made foul shot of the season on the 252nd attempt. How about foul shot number 150? Timeout, 30-second variety for Hermiston after Olson cuts the Kennewick lead back down to 23-14. 4:26 left in the period. Intensity's been better, but it's finding those consistent stops on the defensive end.
Very true, and you know, right now they're sitting at 10 turnovers in this first half. That's what, when Kennewick turned it around, when Hermiston had 3 straight turnovers, you know, and not getting anything good out of a shot at all. Kennewick taking very good care of the basketball, 4 turnovers, and I'm just really surprised that they're not living on the low box, Eric.
4:25 left in the second, 23-14. As Dane Chavez walks it across the timeline out to the left wing. They want inside to Larson. He's trying to position himself against Cleveland. Left corner, Dirk Chavez, three-pointers off. Rivian Books rebound. He's at the foul line, throws it back out on top to Dane Chavez. Between the rings, picked up his dribble. Tretenya at the foul line. Tretenya going to work. Back out on top, Dane Chavez for three. Off iron right, poked around, poked away from Lane Simmons. Picked up by Larson. Give to Tretenya. He'll attack to the right, to the lane, and fouled on his way to the hoop. 2 shots coming for the junior forward. At 23.5 points per game, the Kennewick junior is number 3 in the conference in scoring. Landon Northrup has come back to the world a little bit. A month ago when this game was taking place, he was up near 35 points a game. He's at still 27.7 points per game. And Land Thornvet is at 24 points per game. So the two Richland stars, between them, are averaging 52 plus points per game. At the foul line, 2 for 2 trip. Simmons, three-pointer, right wing, line drive, front iron, and Tretenya pulls it down. He gets it away. Left side for Chavez. Dane Chavez, left corner. Brooks inside to Larson. Larson across to the right. Block laid in by Tretenya. He's got 8 now. 27-14. 3:23 left in the second quarter. Olsen to Young out on the perimeter. Handoff to Simmons. Kennewick sitting in a 2-3 zone. Kind of packed it in. Daring Hermiston tried to shoot him out of it. Ball down on the baseline. Cleveland keeps it in play. Back to Olsen on the perimeter. Olsen's pass inside, poked away out of bounds. Simmons hammers the wall with his fists. He's okay, but that wall is undefeated.
And also, why did the shot clock reset?
Although I think the wall on the other end has 2 more broken fingers than the wall on that end.
This has a broken hand down here.
This one has a broken hand. Swanson inbounds. By the way, these are years and years ago. You really got to go deep in the memory banks to know who we're talking about. Young, blocked from behind by Chavez. Picked up by Larson, 27-14. 2:52. Down inside, right side, lay-in by Dirk Chavez at the 10. 2:45 left in the second, 29-14. Bounce pass backdoor, thrown away by Polzinski. Steal by Dane Chavez. Nobody stops him. Dane will take it himself. Down in the right corner, give to Tretenya. Corner triple, hit it. 32-14. The Lions ended the first quarter on a 13-0 run. They're on a 9-0 run right now. Breland in the lane, stuck. Back out onto the perimeter. Swanson stuck on the baseline, back out. Give it to Polzinski, bounce it inside to Cleveland. Cleveland against Larson, turns and faces him. Drives to his left, back out to Breland. Breland in the paint. Right corner for Cleveland, head faking, he'll try. Got a bump, got some space, missed the shot. Got his own rebound, takes it back to the right and lays it in. Carter Cleveland with 6, 32-16. That ends the run. Minute 50 left in the second quarter. Right corner attack by McClure. McClure runs over the top of Breland. Another offensive charge drawn by Breland. I've mentioned this before. There's no way to know this truly without asking every single coach to put the numbers together, but I can't imagine there's anybody in this league who's drawn more offensive charges than Breland. Down on the right baseline, Cleveland got swatted across the hand, missed the shot, rebounds loose. Larson picks it up, flips it to Tretenya. Just under 90 seconds remaining in the first half. 32-16 the scoreline. Dirk Chavez will slow things down. Top of the key. Spins back to the basket. Bounce inside. Poked away from Larson. Out of bounds in front of the Hermiston bench and into the bench. It's Kennewick ball.
Well, Eric, we had 5 offensive fouls pulled up there in Kennewick, and Breland had 3 of them.
Left corner, Tretenya, who's got 11 points now. Tries a jab step left corner 3, a little too hard on that one. Breland secures the rebound for Hermiston. Breland into the front court, straight down the middle floor, finds some space, kicks it into the right corner. It's off of Polzinski, out of bounds. 32-16, 58 and a half seconds remaining in the second quarter. Chavez into the front court. Picks up his dribble, gives foul line for Larson. Backdoor pass, Tretenya across to the right block. Missed the shot, good defense by Polzinski. Tretenya got it back and then fouled inside. And Carter Cleveland puts his hand in the air. Is he gonna take this one? He will, his second. It's only Hermiston's second here in the second quarter. But Cleveland will come out with 42.6 seconds remaining in the first half. Kyan Webb replaces him. 32-16 into Larson, right block and a lay-in. Easy inbound, Larson's got 10. 34-16, 33 seconds left first half. Swanson out top, gives behind to Young. Young, right now guarded by Larson. Young will attack the zone, back to Larson, step through in the lane, step through again, and then a three in the key violation.
Yep.
Just got stuck.
I mean, you got a big man in there, and Larson that didn't take any one of the head fakes or the ball fakes, and he just stood his ground. A great defensive job there. Larson, I mean, Young should have went in with the baby hook.
Tretenya between the rings, gives it up. Chavez, three at the buzzer, a little too hard. It brings us to halftime. Kennewick 34, Hermiston 16. Lions a big second quarter, and they take a big lead into the locker room here halftime at Hermiston High School. When we come back, halftime brought to you by Devon Oil Circle Blue Mountain Networks, that's internet at the speed of life. We also say hello to those of you watching on the Hermiston School District's YouTube channel, HTV Hermiston. Probably means we should say hi to the coaches for the other teams in the MCC, checking out the only show in town here tonight. Hello, Coach Traver. We'll see you on Saturday. Hermiston goes up to Southridge. What kind of mindset are they going to have going in? Down 34-16 here at the half. Kennewick's got the ball, and they will be attacking left to right. Dirk Chavez and Dane Chavez onto the outside. Daniel Tortania has it at the top of the key, and the brothers Larson, Tanner and Cooper, round out the 5. Cooper, the sophomore, cross down inside to Tanner. Just got it on the block against Carter Cleveland. Poked out of his hands, out of bounds. Lost by Kennewick. Hermiston ball. No changes to Hermiston starters as well. The starting lineup brought to you by Rogers Toyota. Lane Simmons, Blake Paulzinski, Kellen Young, Carter Cleveland, and Braden Breland. The high to Brian Manili as well, Kamayakin's coach, getting ready to go to Kennewick. Also on Saturday. Left wing, Kellen Young. Top of the key, gives to Simmons. Simmons across to the right side. Paulzinski there. And up top to Breland. Left side, Simmons. Three-pointer. Rims off the front iron into Tortania's hands. Daniel Tortania, 11 points to lead all scorers. Brings it into the front court on the left wing. Hesitates. Now he'll drive, probe, and hand off to Larson. Tanner Larson drives. Stuck. Good job by Breland to push it back out. A minute into the third quarter. We're at the 34-16 score line. We were at the start of this quarter. Larson off to Tortania. He'll come around a high pick, then roll down to Larson in the paint over Cleveland. Shot altered by Cleveland, who's got the rebound. Down the middle of the floor, he brings it. Cleveland at the top of the key, comes left, shuffles it off to Breland, give it to Young. Young, 6 points in the first half. Cleveland, 6 points in the first half. The two leading scorers for Hermiston. At the foul line, Simmons back out to Cleveland on the left wing. Up top to Paulzinski. Paulzinski driving, stopping, back out to Simmons. 4 on the shot clock. Simmons across the left. Tip pass. Paulzinski's got his shot clock violation as he flings it up and out into the corner.
Lane's got to take that open shot, Eric. He's got to be able to take that shot. He's got when he makes one, it's going to make this Kennewick defense start playing honest on him.
Simmons, who is Hermiston's leading scorer, scoreless in that first half. We're almost 2 minutes into the third quarter. 34-16 it remains. Chavez out on the left wing. This one's Dane. Dane pounds it with his right hand, kicks it across the Dirks. Down to the right block, he attacks. Floats it back out on the perimeter. Dane picks up the loose ball. Dane pressured by Paulzinski. Drives, hesitates, knocks out of his hand, and Breland's got the steal. Still an 18-point Kennewick lead. No scoring either way. 5:45 of the clock in the third quarter. Young, left perimeter, holding for Hermiston. Young will attack middle, across the lane, stuck. Back to a cutting Breland. Left corner, Cleveland, three-pointer there. Back iron it in. Carter Cleveland's got 9 to lead Hermiston. That is their first three-pointer of the night. 34-19. Tanner Larson will attack from the corner. Back out, Chavez, three-ball to answer. Back iron, Paulzinski's got the board. 34-19. Paulzinski into the front court. Into a double team, back to Breland. Breland will attack the paint, stuck. Bounces under the basket to Cleveland. Cleveland against Cooper Larson. Back out to Young, and Hermiston will reset. 3 minutes gone in the third quarter. Young attacking against Chavez. Stuck on the block. Back perimeter for Breland. 6 on the shot clock. Breland, spin move down the left side with the left hand, missed the shot, and it pokes off of Larson last, diving for the ball out of bounds. Breland touched it last. It was off of Cooper Larson. Breland wasn't sure of it, and so he ended up at the feet of the cross-country coach, Troy Blackburn, and the principal, Tom Spoo. And Kennewick ends up with the ball, 34-19, their advantage. They haven't scored yet, however, in the third quarter. 4:40 left in this period. Dirk Chavez, left corner for Dane, down inside, cutting to the tin, a lay-in for Tanner. Well, there's their bucket, and now a timeout. Braden Lighty wants a full timeout. 4:32 left in the third. 36-19 their lead. We'll take that 1 minute break as well on KOHU. before Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, so they've been working with the actors and actresses over in the Performing Arts Auditorium. First show, by the way, is coming up Friday night at 7 o'clock. So DJ action here inside. Pass inside for Hermiston, tip. Bulldogs keep it left corner. Lane Simmons, 3-ball, firing it in. First points of the night for Lane. 36-22, 4:08 left. Left corner for Dirk Chavez. Back out to the jump circle. Dane puts it on his left hip. Coming right. Bounce it inside. Deep position for Larson. Poked out of his hands, out of bounds. Breland touched it last.
Yeah, that time there did a good job. They've been trying to get it down inside to Tanner Larson, and we've had very good backside help.
Ball back towards half court, over and back. It was loose, and Tartania couldn't keep it in the front court. Bulldogs get it back. There's still time. There's still a bunch of work to do. Down 36-22. 3:49 left in the third quarter. Lane Simmons will jog it across the timeline, work it out to the right side where he hands off to Young. Kellen Young back out on top to Breland, left wing. Breland coming left, hands off to Paulzinski. Paulzinski inside to Cleveland. Cleveland got deep position against Larson, missed the shot. Rebound pings around, Simmons keeps it. Back out on top, Paulzinski open three, front iron short. Cleveland rebound, put back, glass and good. Cleveland's got 11. Hermiston's got it to within 12 now. Little full court pressure this time. Dane Chavez gets it across. Kellen Young picks him up. 36-24. Kennewick's got to change at the next stop. 3:08 left in the third. Turnaround, fading away, short for Dane Chavez. Good box out by Cleveland. Dane Chavez, though, nobody put a body on him, and so he gets an open rebound put back. 38-24. Simmons, top of the key, bodies strewn everywhere. Simmons drives down to the right block, knocked out of his hands. Tartania picks it up. He's got a 3-on-1. And a foul in the backcourt called off of the ball.
Simmons on a push.
Lane Simmons with an off-ball push. And Brian Edwards having a longer conversation, I think, about the contact inside when Hermiston drove the lane.
Yeah, that's should have been a foul. Lane got shoved pretty good down underneath by Tanner Larson. Didn't get called.
Second foul on Lane.
First team foul.
A lot of sorting out to do. Kennewick also brought Reese McClure and Rivian Brooks into the game. McClure has it. Hesitation, drive, right block, and he comes right to the lane. Missed the shot. Rebound, put back Larson. That rolls out as well. Cleveland pulls it down for Hermiston. Out to Young. Young into the front court. Lobs it underneath for Simmons. Simmons to the right block. He'll spin under the basket. Missed the shot. Poked up to the air. Paulzinski's got it. Spins out of his hands. Knocked to McClure. McClure for Kennewick. Then fouled in the backcourt by Young. Kellen Young second. Hermiston second. 2:21 left in the third quarter. 38-24, the Kennewick lead. Dane Chavez into the front court. Gives top of the key to Larson. Larson lets two guys go past him. Left side to Brooks. Brooks hedges around a screen, diving to the floor. Cleveland hit on the arm. And a foul on Kennewick on Larson, diving to the floor. Tanner Larson, his second, is Kennewick's first here in the third quarter. 2:07 left. Their lead is still 14. Breland, front court, brings it. Young out on the right side to a cutting Paulzinski. He slips, gets to Breland though. Breland down the baseline. Breland stuck on the baseline. Back out on top, threw it over everybody into the backcourt. Cleveland's got to go touch it for an over and back before Brooks had an open layup. So Hermiston turns it over. And Paulzinski will come out for Rue Olson. Minute 50 left here in quarter number 3. 38-24. Dane Chavez will inbound on the baseline. Baskets to his right. Across left block, wide open Larson, and it hangs on the front iron and falls for him. 14 points for Larson to lead all scorers. 40-24. Minute 38 left in the third. Young will attack. Poked out of his hands. Young got it back. Young, right corner. Simmons, three ball. Front iron, rims out. Poked by Olsen away and off for Tratenia out of bounds. Hermiston will keep it. With 90 seconds left in the third quarter. Cooper Larson returns and will replace Tanner, the younger of the two Larsons, in. Young, the inbounder on the baseline for Hermiston. Lob it in the paint. Simmons catches against Chavez. Turns, floats it in from 6 feet away. Lane Simmons has 5. 40-26. Minute 20 left in the third quarter. Dane Chavez brings front court. High pick from Cooper Larson. Chavez not using it. Kicks it left corner. Pass dug out by McClure. Back up to Chavez. Chavez working out to the left perimeter. 1:05 left third quarter. 10 on the shot clock. Lob it into Cooper Larson. He'll turn and face and then lay it up over the top of Cleveland and in. I asked Braden Lighty, what has he done better? Obviously, he's a sophomore, so an extra month of this season is going to mean better. Turnover off of Breland. Tratenia's got it. He'll attack right side and flip it in with the right hand. 13 points for him. And what Braden Lighty said about Cooper Larson is he's getting better about being slower. And sometimes he just moves too fast down inside. Three-pointer too hard for Young. Larson's got it and flips it to Dane Chavez. Up court right side, Brooks inside to Tratenia. The right block lays it in. Great press break. And it turns it into a 46-26 lead for Kennewick. Young out on the right side, hands off to Breland. Breland looks back at the clock to Cleveland, top of the key. 6 seconds left, third quarter. Cleveland coming right against Larson, right side, high off the glass, missed it. Poked away. In the backcourt, a foul on Hermiston. The foul comes with 1/10 of a second remaining here in the third quarter. It's against Cleveland, his third. Number 3 on Hermiston. 46-26, there's a 1/10 of a second, so no shots coming. It can't count either way. Brian Edwards saying, hey, come on, come over here. Are they gonna put more time on the clock? They're having a discussion. Hermiston's already huddled. 20-point lead. You can't, a 1/10 of a second's not enough time to do anything. Well, they're not actually adding time.
No, the only thing they can do is they can throw it at the rim and a touch off the tip.
Tratenia will do it. Larson can't get a hand on it. 46-26. Third quarter in the books. We'll come back with the fourth here at Hermiston High School on AM 1360 KOHU. League 18-4 overall. Umatillas 2.5 games behind them. They can catch them. They need some help though. Ball thrown away by Hermiston to open up this fourth quarter. Michael Montez, the senior point guard for Umatilla. They were here tonight checking out a little bit of this action. Umatilla's going to Nissa and Vale this weekend. The help they need is they need somebody else to get Riverside, and then they have to get them on the 15th at Umatilla. Brooks misses a three-pointer in the corner, picked up by Kyan Webb. 46-26 Kennewick here at Hermiston High School as we start the fourth quarter. Swanson, three-pointer, front iron it in. Carter Swanson's first points of the game. Hermiston's third three-pointer of the game. Have them within 46-29. Trotania attacks the other way, lays it in. Glassing, good chance for a three-point play on a circus shot down the right lane. Wasn't even on the lane. It was 5 feet off of the lane. Webb called for the foul. Trotania's got 17 plus the foul shot coming. Kennewick is 4 of 4 now, make it 5 of 5 from the foul line. And their lead is 49-29 with a timeout. 30-second variety with 7:20 left in this fourth quarter. So going back to that Eastern Oregon League boys standings, Riverside at 7-0. They know they're in the district tournament. They could still be caught by Umatilla. They could still be caught by Burns, and Riverside's got to go to Burns this weekend. They go to Vale and Burns, but boy, they are playing very good basketball over there in Boardman right now. Umatilla boys lost in overtime in the first meeting between the two. And then Umatilla, their other loss at Burns. Not the funnest place in the world to go.
Nope.
On a bus, in a car, rickshaw.
Take a plane or a helicopter.
Wouldn't do that either. 49-29. We're going to, oh no, we don't take a bus there this year in softball. Breland hands off to Swanson on the left wing. Swanson back to Breland, down on to the basket, gives it to Webb. Webb attacking too hard, hit on the arm though. And so Kyan Webb to the foul line. A couple of foul shots coming for the Hermiston sophomore guard. Cooper Larson, his third. And Kyan Webb, who is scoreless tonight. He did go 2 for 2 from the line in the first meeting between these two programs this year and ended up with 4 points. Excuse me, ended up 4 points, 2 for 2 against Kamayakan. That one's the red ones. The orange ones say he scored 5 against Kennewick in the first meeting on January 7th. Trotania from the left corner. Down underneath for Larson. Larson reverses and hit on the arm by Breland. Breland second. Hermiston's first here in the fourth quarter. And Cooper Larson, the 6'9 sophomore. 2 foul shots coming his way at the line. Six minutes and 51 seconds remaining in the fourth quarter. And Larson goes 1 of 2, missing the second, gets an own rebound, fouled on that rebound. Called for an over the back. That's Cooper Larson's fourth. He'll come out for Tanner Larson. Kennewick's second. 50-31 is the Lions' lead. Swanson on the right side. He'll drive all the way down the lane. Pushed and is going to the line for 2 foul shots. Fouled by McClure as Swanson attacked. Looks like this Bulldog team will go to Southridge on Saturday. 5-9 in the conference. So they will be level with Southridge in the loss column after tonight. However, Southridge plays twice this weekend. They go to Walla Walla on Friday. And then they host Hermiston on Saturday. Brian Edwards will call a timeout 30-second pause after foul shots go down for Swanson, who has 5 points. And so Walla Walla at 6-7 needs the win against Southridge on Friday night, and they will lock down the 2 seed of the 3A teams. Kennewick's the 1 seed. Walla Walla with a win secures the 2 seed, and with that, a home game. And then it puts Hermiston Southridge at Southridge on Saturday. Hermiston won the first meeting, so we'll see. A year ago, we went to Southridge, got the win, ended up with a big tie, had to do the playoff game, and Southridge ended up in the district tournament. Hermiston was the 14th, and on the outside looking in. Steal there. Henderson forced it. Kyan Webb got it to Olsen. Olsen's 3 on the right wing. Poked into Webb's hands. Poked out of his hands by Dane Chavez. Kennewick's got it. Kennewick knows they're going to get a home game to start the district tournament. And let's see how Braden Lighty feels about the way his team has played here at Hermiston on this Wednesday night. Carter Swanson is the one called for the foul that stopped the play. Hermiston's third. 6:28 left. 50-33. Rivian Brooks lobs it near side to Dane Chavez. Hand off again to Brooks, top of the key. He'll go down the middle of the lane. Back to Tanner Larson. Larson into the lane. Poked out of his hands by Breland. Larson got it back. Breland picks another pass into the Rue Olsen hands. Rue Olsen front court. Poke from behind. Rivian Brooks picked his pocket. Gives it to Tortenia. Tortenia lobs it up right wing for McClure. McClure stuck. Down to Larson. In the lane. Missed the shot. Poked it back up to the rim and in. Tanner Larson has 16 points. To go with the 14 in the first game, and a carry of the ball on the perimeter on Carter Swanson. 52-33, Hermiston turnover gives it back to Kennewick with 5:55 left in the fourth. Dane Chavez moves it into the front court, hands off. Right side, Tortenia. Tortenia back out to Chavez. Dane's got it. Spin move into the lane. Attacks Breland. Plays it in +1. And a chance for a 3-point play the old-fashioned way for Dane Chavez.
Yeah, that was a tough break for Breland. There's nothing he could have done on that whenever he was trying to help backside, but at that time, Chavez was already in the air for the shot.
Jared Vargas, a 6'1 junior, into the game for the first time. And around it out for Dane. Poked out of bounds by Kennewick on the rebound attempt. 54-33 is the Lions' lead with 5:33 left in the fourth quarter. Swanson brings front court. Right side hands off to Olsen. Olsen across to the left wing. Webb back up to Olsen. Down to Henderson at the foul line. He'll turn and face. Henderson kicks it left corner. Breland there. Breland lost the handle. Gets it back. Works into the paint against Larson. Back to Henderson. A head fake and a drive. He goes to the floor. Throws it to Tortenia. Tortenia down the middle of the floor. He'll attack the 2 defenders and lay it in. He's got 20. 56-33. Under 5 minutes remaining. Another turnover on Hermiston. Dane Chavez, front court, right corner. Tortenia for 3. Back iron too hard. Webb comes in and secures the rebound. Gets it out to Swanson. Front court for Hermiston. Swanson, top of the key. Transition 3. Rattles out. And Dane Chavez pulls it down. Dane Chavez then fouled in the backcourt by Webb. Webb, who kind of got shoved from behind. Not by Chavez, but by another Lion on the rebound attempt. Bulldogs will make full sail changes. Bring Simmons, Young, Cleveland, Polzinski, and Quinn Warner back into the game. And that was the 5th on Hermiston. So to the foul line, Dane Chavez goes, where Kennewick has missed their first 2 foul shots of the game in this quarter. Dane missed one of them. He made that one. His second is up and good. And the lead is 58-33. 9-0 run by Kennewick. 4.5 minutes left, fourth quarter. Their lead is out to 25. Right side for Lane Simmons, who's got 5 points tonight. Stop, back on the perimeter for Warner. Polzinski between the rings. Left side for Young. Three-pointer in front of the Hermiston bench. A little too hard. Dane Chavez has it. And he'll jog it into the front court for the Lions as they look to add on to their 58-33 advantage. Not quite to the halfway point of the fourth quarter. Left quarter, Vargas will attack, lose it under the basket. Simmons has the steal. Simmons down the middle of the floor for Hermiston, moving out to the right side, hands off to Warner. Quinn Warner spins, hands it back off to Simmons. Simmons at the foul line, jumper, front iron and in. Simmons has 7, ends the Kennewick run. 58-35, right side, Tretenya maybe was lobbing that up for Tanner Larson for an alley-oop dunk. No. Right corner, Warner for Hermiston. He'll attack, poked out of his hands. Cleveland keeps it for Hermiston on the left block. Big bump and a foul by Larson. Tanner Larson's third. Kennewick's fourth. 3:30 left in the fourth quarter. And Carter Cleveland, Hermiston's leading scorer tonight at the foul line. It's been Hermiston's leading scorer many nights. The guy, when they are looking for a bucket and running something in the half court, often it's going to be, can we get something down to Carter on the block? Tanner Larson out. Cooper Larson back in. Cleveland's first was true, and the second swish as well. He's got 13. 58-37, 3:25 left, fourth quarter. Dane Chavez into the front court, out on the right wing. Working against Simmons right now. Hermiston man-to-man. Tretenya out on the left side. Got 20 points. He'll attack and dish it. Left block. Cooper Larson throws it too hard. Tretenya pokes it up into the air. Young comes to the top of the key, secures it for Hermiston. Front court, he brings it out into the left wing. Hesitation, now he'll drive against Vargas. Down to the left block, bank it in.
Nice little left hand that time, Eric, on the finish.
Kellen Young makes it 58-39, and he has 8 points. Lob it near side. Polzinski bats it into the front court, chases it down to the left corner, does it across, right block for Young, high off the glass, and finishes. Polzinski got the steal, got the assist, and Hermiston has got a little 10-0 run. Still 58-41 with 2:35 left. Dane Chavez coming right, coming into the paint. Stuck there by Cleveland. Back to Tretenya. Tretenya drives and kicks behind him. Chavez across. Left block for Larson. Back on the perimeter, Vargas. Vargas moving back up top of the key. 4 on the shot clock. Vargas coming left. Vargas bumped by Cleveland. And Vargas loses out of bounds in the corner. Tretenya will come out. Night might be done for him with 20 points. Mitchell Mackart in, the 6'2 senior. Vargas out. And Dirk Chavez returns for Kennewick. Henderson had come off. He's getting ready to come back in, along with Brody Woodard and James Young. We'll see Woodard and Young for the first time tonight. Simmons, right corner. Kellen Young 3, front iron short. Simmons pokes it across the lane, but secured by Rivian Brooks, who hands off to Dirk Chavez. Just under 2 minutes remaining, 58-41. Front court for Dirk Chavez. Coming right, on the run, down the right lane. Blocked away by Cleveland. Cleveland at the Kennewick bench saves it in. Back to Polzinski. Big play there. Cleveland read it well. Next Chapter Bookstore read of the game. Right corner, Warner shoves up a 3. Back iron, can't get it, and the foul underneath. Hold called underneath.
They're going to get Chavez? Or no, that's one against him.
Young. They were pointing at Cooper Larson. He's going to be the one who's shooting on the other end of the floor.
Cooper Larson,
Minute 31 remaining. Larson has split foul shots in this quarter. The sophomore's got 5 points. First is up, first is off. A little too hard, thought he might get a member's bounce. Bulldogs will pull young Cleveland and Breland off. Excuse me, Breland was already off, and Paulzinski. Cooper Larson's second is good. 59-41, 90 seconds left in the contest. Kennewick on their way to a season sweep of Hermiston, the number 1 3A team in this conference. Off the right, a Woodard shot. And Dirk Chavez will walk it into the front court. Macart hands off to Gunnar Davis. Gunnar Davis lost it, got it back, poked out of his hands. Davis on the perimeter, back to Macart. Back up to Dirk Chavez, 58 seconds left. Coming down the left lane, high off of the glass, too hard. Rebounded by Simmons. Simmons racing in the front court, he'll slow up. Leave it left side for Woodard. Woodard, James Young right. 3-point shot, front iron short. And the ball pulled down by Rivian Brooks, 40 seconds left. Brooks gets it back at a timeout. Braden Leidy will call the timeout, mostly just to make a sub here with 38.7 seconds remaining. He just wanted to make a sub. He doesn't have a 30-second timeout. 59-41. It's a sub change. Finished clearing off the bench. Sophomore Zeke Sendre into the game. Dirk Chavez says the senior guard running the handles with 30 seconds remaining. Coming out left, hands off to Brooks. Right elbow give, Gunnar Davis in the paint, his shot off. Davis gets his own rebound. Back on the perimeter, Brooks there. Brooks thinks about a shot instead. Gives right corner, Davis three. Got a shooter's roll. Gunnar Davis has a 3-point shot. 62-41, final seconds running off the clock. Hand it off to Warner. Warner on the right side, won't get a shot up. Give it to corner, Woodard three.